I want to tell God in here today to talk about sexual soul ties. First of all, I want to say um, go with the Word of God. Well, we know the Word of God talks about how it's important not to abstain from sex before you marry. If you do it, it's called fornication. Um, but it was to tell us to abstain from sex until you're married because, you know, not that God does not want you to enjoy the pleasures or want you to be able to enjoy sex, but God ordained a particular way. And God is so loving and he's such a good God that um, he tried to spare us from some of the things that can come up on us if we just obey his word. Uh, I know it oh so well, but anyhow, long story short, I'll probably be doing a series on this. Still talking about hurt, and we're going to deal with the part of it about soul ties. A soul tie can take place, sexual soul tie can take place, of course, when having sex. Okay, God ordained this tie to take place between a husband and a wife. When they consummate the marriage, it's a blood covenant that takes place. So every time you have sex with somebody, whether it's your husband or wife or not, there is a blood covenant that takes place. And he allows that for the sake of marriage. So when the rocky times come, it's a connection that holds you together. Where the marriage won't be so easily to be able to depart from. It won't easily be shaken because of the connection, the soul connection or the soul tie that takes place. So anyhow, long story short. A lot of times we wonder why in relationships people accept know that person is cheating and keep cheating on them. They become serial cheaters and they still accept them. They still stay with them. Or a person could be beating you upside your head, got black eyes this day, and the next day you got a broken nose, and we don't understand. It's like, oh, they stupid. No, they're dealing with a soul tie. And soul ties are not easily broken, or people could be mentally getting abused and they just sit there and endure it, and they just get tore down, and they keep accepting it. The self-esteem, their self-worth, everything about them that God has given them, it becomes torn down. You want to know why? Because a soul tie connects you with that person, and it takes God to break you free. So be careful in this season who you are connecting with. It's important to wait on the Lord. Again, I say wait on him. It's important that you wait for marriage to before you have sex, because 9 out of 10 you'll end up with the soul tie. Last but not least, men are depositors and women are carriers. So when they went on about their business, they done dropped off. You still carrying Mr. Bobo in your spirit. You dealing with that soul tie, and even though you have moved on into another relationship, you're still carrying around Mr. Bobo. You're thinking about Mr. Bobo at nighttime. He's in your mind. He's in your spirit. You call him Mr. Bobo, your new man's name, because you're dealing with the soul tie. Part A. I'll talk about part B tomorrow. God bless you. Don't get caught up in soul ties. Another ministry moments with Minister Sharonda. God bless.